Hi guys, welcome to this new Talkie Pwnii video. I'm super glad to start here today. So today we're gonna talk about the last month's Dojo, which is the 47th one, and which is called From. So this challenge has been developed by Bruns and is mainly code in PHP. So we're gonna start by having a look quickly about the setup of the code. So here you can see that an SQL database is used, and you can see that we have different tables. So we have a one for the users, the post, the command, and here we have a super interesting things because we have an insert directly into the users with two different users, Bruns and myself. And here for Bruns you can see that the value of his password is directly the value of flag, which is the value we will try to exfiltrate during this challenge. As we can see, we have two different user input. We have an author and a comment one, so we could assign something randomly just to see how it looks. So as you can see, we are directly into kind of chat, and we are able to send some message and to define our name, like the auto name. Every stuff we will send will be directly inserted to the database with a prepared statement. So here you can see the prepared statement with the insert into etc. So here you have the two user input author and command, which is directly insert into the database. So as everything is directly into the prepared, we will not be able to directly have an injection by this way. And just after that, we have the most interesting part of the challenge. So as you can see, it's a kind of condition, which is directly looking if into the comment section we are sending a password, which can be bad, terrible, worse, kid. So if we are matching this condition, we will directly be into an update. So the update will take our author name and will change the value with a 1, which means that we're gonna be blocked. Because as you can see here, the value is defined with 0, which means that we are able to send message if we're not blocked. The interesting part of this condition is that we are directly into an exec and we're not into a paper statement. We can have a look quickly in the PHP documentation, and as you can see, exec will simply execute without less the query, which means that if you want to try select SQL injection, it will not be possible directly because we will don't have any results. So we can maybe try to perform error-based one, but not this way. So in this challenge, we're basically into a second under SQL injection, which means that we will be able to perform the SQL injection by inserting something into the database and using this insert after into a vulnerable endpoint. So as we saw before, this part is doing an update with the value of the author, which is the value we can control directly from the prepared statement. But this part is not using a prepared statement, so typically by the prepared statement query, we will be able to insert something malicious and having an SQL injection by this endpoint. I made this little script just to explain more easily. So this is basically the case of the challenge. We have an SQLite database with a table users, and in this table we have two columns, the username and the description one. So in the description I simply put an SQL injection, and as you can see the insert will be prepared just before. So every characters will be sanitized and escape, but even if we are into a prepared statement, when it will be saved into the database, it will be saved as it has been put before. So it will not be escaped into the prepared statement. This is super interesting because that means that we really have to use prepare every time. And yeah, even if you use prepare just to save an input, if you use this input after, you will obviously need to use a prepare statement again. And yeah, obviously using prepare statement only is a need, but it could be interesting in real case. So as we know now that even if we are writing prepare statement, our input will be saved as we sent before. And as we know that the author will be directly into an exec without any prepare statement, we will be able to perform an SQL injection. So in this case, we're gonna be able to insert a comment with some malicious content. For example, we will be able to modify the value of the author with the password of Burmans, which is the flag we want to exfiltrate, and this one will be displayed basically because, as you can see here, we have a select hold from past. So every stuff stored into the database will be displayed. So by doing this ejection, we will be able to exfiltrate the content of the flag value without doing directly select. Obviously, we will have to do a select into the SQL injection to select the password of Burmans. So as we can do directly select, we can insert something into the database. For an example, we can insert into the author section the value of the flag, which is the password of Burmans. So to check out this condition, we will obviously have to use one of those words. I will use bad. So to protect the context in which we are, I will use a single quote with a similar column. So I will basically have to reuse everything from the comment table, so post ID, author, etc. So for post ID, we don't care, I'm gonna use one. And for the author, I'm gonna here select the password of Burmans. And to do that, I'm just doing a select password from user where the username is Burmans. And to be a valid query, I will just have to add the missing arguments, so I can use whatever I want. It's not important. And after that, I'm just putting the commands. And now we got the flag. So as you can see, the flag is here directly displayed into the author section. Just because, as I said before, we put into the value of author the query select password from a user where his name is Burmans. So it's a cool way to exploit second order injection. It's super interesting because this case explains perfectly why it's super important to use purpose statement everywhere, really. Because if you're using a purpose statement when you're doing an insert, the value will just be inserted as the value has been sent, so nothing will be escaped, and people will be able to perform an SQL command injection by this way. Thank you for watching, we hope you enjoy. If you have any kind of recommendation, feel free to comment, and yeah, if you like the video, just press the button like. And yeah, see ya!